The Outlaws Motorcycle Club, incorporated as the American Outlaws Association, or its acronym, A.O.A, is an outlaw motorcycle club that was formed in McCook, Illinois in 1935. It is one of the largest outlaw motorcycle clubs in the world and the historic arch-rival of the Hells Angels. So in this video, we are going to talk about European criminals that shocked the industry, the Outlaws. The video is going to be amazing, so make sure you stick to the end. The outlaw motorcycle gang members coined this phrase, using it to differentiate themselves from the law-abiding social motorcycling clubs. In Fontana in 1950, members of the Pissed Off Bastards of Bloomington formed a new gang. Taking the name of the World War II bomber, the Hells Angels were born. The Angels' mother chapter was located in San Bernardino until the 1960s, when it moved to Oakland, California, and has remained ever since. In 1959 in Prince George, Maryland, the Pagans were born, and in Chicago, Illinois, that same year, the Outlaws were born. In 1966, the Bandidos were organized in Houston, Texas. These four gangs, commonly referred to as the Big Four, comprise the hierarchy of outlaw motorcycle gangs operating throughout the United States and in some foreign countries. During the 1950s and 1960s, outlaw motorcycle gangs became a symbol for the younger, rebellious generation. They were more concerned with having a good time than with continuing criminal efforts. In the late 1960s, these groups spawned imitators. Larger groups absorbed smaller groups, and roaming members called nomads carried the seeds of the club, forming new chapters and gang alliances. Organized structures were formalized and gang leaders emerged. Though outlaw motorcycle gangs were more than capable of significant criminal activity in 1960, they lacked a certain focus. But then came 1970. In the 1970s, a drug culture evolved in this country. First as participants and slowly as suppliers, outlaw motorcycle gangs were drawn into this drug culture. Soon, gangs learned that there was money to be made by organized criminal activities. In the 1970s, they became profit-oriented. Outlaw motorcycle gangs are sophisticated organizations that utilize their affiliation with a motorcycle club as a conduit for criminal activity. The nature of their activity is generally conspiratorial, and their goals are attained through the use of violence and intimidation. Because zero of their expertise in sophisticated weaponry and their international intelligence networks, outlaw motorcycle gangs pose a formidable threat to society in general and specifically to law enforcement. A 1991 Department of Justice report identified that the Outlaws were at war with the Hells Angels over control of narcotics operations as well as territory, and the Sons of Silence, an ally of the Hells Angels. These rivalries lead to violence, especially between members of rival gangs. Instances of this include everything from stabbings to car bombings, and even more obscure strategies such as attacks with a pool cue. Nevertheless, tensions are high between clubs when their territory or grasp on the industry is challenged by another. A similar conflict can be seen between the Hells Angels and the Bandidos. The history of outlaw motorcycle gangs is well documented. The Pissed Off Bastards of Bloomington appeared in California shortly after World War II. They came to national attention in 1947 when they turned the American Motorcycle Association, A.O.A, sponsored hill climb into a week-long brawl. Later that same year, thousands of motorcycling enthusiasts attended a reunion in Riverside, California, which ended in rioting and destruction and 2 deaths. In 1948, the community of Riverside was, again, inundated by motorcyclists who turned a simple event into a riot. The Riverside police chief blamed visiting outlaws for the violence, thus originating the term outlaw. In the late 1960s, a former A.O.A president was irritated over the raucous behavior of the outlaw motorcycle gangs and declared that 99% of the motorcyclists in the United States were law-abiding citizens. This statement was a public relations effort to demonstrate that only 1% of the motorcycling public was involved in criminal activity, thus denoting the term 1%er, those who chose to be a part of the outlaw motorcycle gang subculture. Since 2005, there has been steady growth in the membership of such gangs worldwide. In Europe, the number of clubs has more than doubled. The main threat to public safety from outlaw motorcycle gangs stems from their propensity for extreme forms of violence. This includes the use of firearms and explosive devices such as grenades. So that's it. Please like, share, and comment with your thoughts below if you liked this video. Remember to subscribe to see our next video.